Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and hope you're doing well. And this is my weekly review for first week of April, Kaspa mining and GPU mining. I hope you guys have enjoyed the eclipse if you're in the area, which is happening just right now. It's probably about 10 minutes ago, and I was watching on TV real life in Texas, but it's probably right now in some up north east coast. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Really awesome. And let's talk about the Kaspa. So we had block reward reduction just about 3 days ago on the 5th of April. So we're down to 117 Kaspa a day for reward per block. It's a little actually less, 116.54 I believe. And our network hash rate went to 225, peaked out this week, I believe. And that's so right now it's going to drop to 200, but that's probably some the ASIC adjustment or some ASICs being shipped, or so we'll see this number probably grow a little bit faster now with the new bigger machines, right? So let's take a look at the website, the Kaspa website. Just want to real quick go over with you and compare that to Cedra and Bugna coins. So we have 28.7 billion total supply for Kaspa coin. Now Cedra coin has exactly same total of the coin supply, which only 29% mine here and 81.1% mine at for Kaspa. The block reward 116 right now, and the Cedra block reward is 500, with the next reduction is actually going to happen in 4 months, which is August 10. And you can see it's going to drop 12%, not 5.6 like Kaspa, but Kaspa doing every month, which means in 4 months it will drop 24, over 20%, right? So 5.6% every month, so it will be over 20 percent drop there compared to the Cedra coin. So in that position, Cedra is doing a little bit better, not dropping that reward. So for mining, but the and also hash rate is a lot lower. It's 3.3 pentahash. It went around 4 to 6 pentahash throughout the network, but right now it's lower. Now compare that to Bugna. Bugna has completely different setup. It's 100 billion coins, so it's about 3.4 probably right times more coins. Now the mine coins only 14% though, and block reward is 2000 Bugna, but the reduction is similar to Kaspa, in this case 5.6. But I don't know if that's gonna happen every months similar to Kaspa. They don't have, I didn't find their scheduled reduction on their website, but their website totally updated for Bugna. Very interesting to see a new fresh look now with the developer teams, the dev teams here, and also the whole schedule for their what's going on with Bugna, you know, like staking and stuff. Now what interesting is also the distribution here, the financial distribution, right? So there's 10% only coins pre-mine from total supply. It's a huge amount. It's 10 billion coins for today. Kaspa price, Bugna price, it's about 4075. If we multiply that, that's 500,000 US dollars. So it's a big amount, but it's not humongous for the price of the Bugna right now. So if you think if development team gonna use that, that's just gonna go away quickly, right? If you cash it out today. So I think they're gonna be just keeping that for the future project, which is pretty much nice to see that 90% of the mining still allocated to all mining here, and 0 was percent pre-mine, so it's all available for miners here. So obviously you can jump and mine this coin right now with the really high rewards in Bugna. It's not to dollar value, it's not that great, and you can always check your rates on the hashrate.no and check what's the per 100 gigahash, because if you overclock, and you'll be slightly higher for your if you check in K0 Pro, it's only gonna show 200. It's a lot easier to do math with the 100 gigahash, and then you multiply. If you 3 times, then you know, like, you're gonna be doing 15 Caspa a day if you run in 300 gigahash overclocks, right? So let's go and check now what happened in this week, right? So we have a couple things here. I want to start with the Casper. So Bugna rewards. So the Bugna reward started with 44,000 roughly per my setup here. So for 6, it's about 49, 40, well, almost 89, 90,000 coins, right? So I started with 90,000. End of the week, I have 120 in rewards of Bugna, so it's almost 30,000 for 6 of my K0 originals for 1 terahash only mining here power. So just that's for Bugna. Now let's take a look at Kaspa. Kaspa on my solar is actually here was a little bit short. So all right, so on my solar is actually 3 miners here set. I started probably 49 was something I overclocking or something was doing here, so that's not the actual number, I believe. But I started so around 49 Caspa a day and finished with about 43. There was a little delay here. We have a cloudy day and I didn't have enough solar supported and the power backup for my miner for this 3 miner solar setup. So I did increase my solar setup with an extra battery, so I purchased 1 extra battery, 200 amp hour, and hopefully now I'm gonna run this all on solar, all 3 of these guys. We'll see. I still have to test another week and make sure they run smoothly. Now we're gonna have a lot of sun, so I'm gonna check that and see how we doing. By the way, today when I was right about to record the video, my solar dropped from 1500 watts to 1000 watts just because of that solar eclipse here in California. It's very insignificant, but it dropped my solar by about 500 watts at 11:30, something around 11:30 to 11:50 p.m. So when in Texas was like a full setup just about an hour ago. So right now we're back and solar is about 1600. I should probably get a little extra more in about an hour or half an hour. By the should be a lot more, I hope. But it slightly was covering the sun, so it's affected the solar interestingly. To see. So now let's take a look at the other farm setup. So we all started with the higher rate and finished slightly lower on every single miner just because of the block reward. That's 5.6%. So that's just a given, right? You can take it away. Now for other stuff is the network hash rate from 197.8 we went to 209 gigahash pentahash, I'm sorry, just in a week. So it's about 11.2 roughly, right, pentahash increase. That's more than 1 pentahash a day. So it's a pretty major increase. I think for the last time we didn't see that much. But let's take a look what it's in the reward. So we started with 2281 Caspa a day on my farm. That's a 44 terahash total I'm having right now. 44 terahash for this whole farm. And I finished with 2100 Caspa a day. So about 180 less Caspa a day, right? So that's what's reduction. So a major reduction was obviously right there when the block reduction switched off, so we'll had that from 325 the drop right away, right? So about 100, almost 100 Caspa, and then the network hash rate picked up too. So with the Caspa price, however, it helped by a lot because it went from 13 cents to, it dropped actually on Wednesday almost to 12.6 cents and then went back to 14.4 and 14.3 on Sunday, 14.03. So that's a pretty good sign for Caspa start kind of picking up their itself. So now for other coins, for GPU mining, I have all these coins kind of tracking here every day. And for Carlson went from 126. I don't mine it right now, just tracking the price right now for that coin because I mined it before. Then the Pyrin, it's from 12 cents, 0.9 went down to 11 cents. And XPB went from 12 cents to 9.9 cents. And CAU coin, it's Cansium. Is it Cansium? Canxium, right? Canxium coin that I mine with my right now only with my Jazz Miners X16Q, but it went from $14 to 12.7, so it is a drop here as well. Lithium, however, went from 12.6. It went to 12.7 in the middle of the week, and then it dropped to 12.4, but today rate is actually over $3 again. Now the AIGP, it's AI, what's this coin? AI Power Grid. AI Power Grid. Interesting name, right? So that coin, I mined some of it before, but it started picking up a little bit from 12.8 cents to 13.1, not much. And then the Cedra coin it went from 307 to 3059, so it's kind of significant drop there. Now the Bugna coin, there is no chart yet, so I'm just tracking manually, and it's went from 408 to 406, so it is dropped as well in price. So it's not as profitable in a dollar value when you look, but when you mine a lot of that coin, and maybe just hodl for a little bit, we'll see how the price will appreciate for that meme coin. That's just a new coin. So that's pretty much it for the farm as a dollar value. Let's take a look for the whole farm here. So for Kaspa we went after power from $269 to $244 a day, which is about $25 drop there. And for my GPU from 32, and actually it's picked up to 35. So there is not a huge change. There was a little pick up in the middle of the week for GPU mining. I don't know what happened there. Probably Pyrin coin got slightly more of that, and the on the Jazz Miner get a little bit extra rewards here. But other than that, it went from 301 to 279. So overall about $30. $31, $32 decrease in the rewards after power. So now let's take a look at the power. If you remember, I have 19 kilowatts on GPU and 19 kilowatts on the Kaspa Heatsinks, right? So just to compare that in perspective, a week, it's actually right there. So I'll show you. 390. Is this the 7 days? Yeah, 390 on the Kaspa and 390 per week on the GPUs and Jazz Miners, right? So mainly it's GPU. And this setup is actually very similar, but in terms of the dollar value, I was able to make 253 only on GPU compared to 2,100. So about 10 times more. And this is before power actually, so after power it's in $1,700 versus $253 on GPU after power. So not quite be 10 times, but probably 8 times roughly, right? Plus minus. So it's still pretty good looking at on the ASIC miners, but it does dropping down. I think it was at 10 times more profitable. Right now it's just about 8 times more, and the total a week was $2,000 in rewards. So that's pretty much it for my farm, guys. Let me know down below what you think. Oh, I forgot to mention a couple things about Pyrin and the lithium that I'm mining. So the last couple days, what I did two of my rigs, 12 cards, right? So 24 cards, I switched to the separate lithium account, and I just mine in separately to a lithium directly on Wooly Pooly. I'll show you guys right here. And so what I'm doing here is that Wooly Pooly setup. I have two rigs mining here. It's gonna show right there, or three rigs, I'm sorry. So the three rigs mining here, I added this just on Monday, this second rig, but the last 2 days it was only two rigs mining at about 16 average 16 gig hash. This is gonna be 8 card, so this one is 212 cards, so 24, and it will be 32. And I put same amount of hash rate, exactly same setup of rigs on unmineable. So it will be total of the 3 rigs. So unmineable, I'm mining pairing hash algorithm getting paid in a lithium. So just to compare that in for the whole week, what I want to do, just comparison, is gonna mine the whole week, and you can see already I mined 7.3 lithium here and 9.4 lithium on the unmineable. So started at the same time. Actually no, one lithium was paid out, so it's 8.3 versus 9.4, so just about 1 lithium extra. It's not been total 3 days, but almost 3 days, right? So it's not a huge difference, but I think it's still a little beneficial to do that. However, I do use a little bit more power. So I did this calculation here for this 2 miner setup, and I using 300 watts more of electricity, so that cost me about $1 extra a day, right? So in perspective, I mine 2.7 lithium a day on my pairing unmineable setup, and directly mining a lithium, I mine 2.3. So that and that's in the lithium. In the dollar value, it's 874 versus 757. So, and the profit after power 79 cents versus 48 cents. So that means it's in a day. Let me see, what's that profit? Yeah, so after power, because the power a day here, the cost of the power a day $7.07. Yeah. So it's a not huge reward on GPU right now, so as you can see. However, it's about 30 cents extra a day. That makes to mine this way to unmineable. So to me, it makes a little bit more sense, not huge impact, but if you have a little bit of power stretch and the heat with that, because more power use more heat, right? So you can make slightly more of the lithium coins mining on pairing hash and converting on unmineable. Not financial advice, but that's something that you can play with and see if it worth doing it. But I'm getting more of the lithiums now, because mining pairing hash will bring a little extra, I hope, in rewards. So that's pretty much it for this week. What we covered up here, and with total rewards and all the miners. Lastly, I want to just show you guys my mining versus buying. At the same time, I did that, started over a month ago, and I purchased amount for $9,100, $9,180 Kaspa and Cedra coins here for these amounts. It's in my it's in my exchange right now, but in the wallet, probably need to transfer to wallet just to be safe. And I'm gonna keep this until the end of this Riley, until I finish this ROI on this miner. So that's my goal, is just to run through and see where I am on profit. So what's gonna be faster, the mining or actually Kaspa growing and make more profit doing that. So as of right now, I'm actually negative 4,000 before even selling the ASIC. If I can sell the ASIC for the value of $10,000 for KS3, and that's about the KS3 miner, I could still, get an extra maybe $700 or $820, and that brings my total loss on the buying value to $4,800. as of today. Now this all can quickly change with the Kaspa price changes now, but this miner, my KS3, is continuing mining Kaspa. It's already 18,000 Kaspa, which has some value behind. So my left to ROI is $6,900, which is almost the cost of the KS3M right now, right? So this is crazy just in the months to see where I am, and this is the prices today of the Cedra coin and the Kaspa coin. So I did lose a lot more in Cedra. If I be all in Kaspa, probably would look slightly better here. But we could do that calculation as well. But that's pretty much for this video and for this purpose to compare mining and the buying same coin. So that's pretty much it, guys. So we'll probably can end up just with that. And yep, we'll see you on the next one.